According to RBI, fake notes of Rs 500 and 2000 denominations rose to 101% and 54% in 21 and 22. The cash circulation rose from 17.7 lakh crore in November 2016 to 30.88 lakh crore by October 2022. This is 6 years after demonetization. Recently, the Supreme Court heard a bunch of petitions challenging its validity. In its judgment, the top court upheld the decision of the central government. It also observed that the centre took action only after consultations with the Reserve Bank of India. However, it did not go into the merits of the decision or whether the government accomplished its objectives. Demonetization was supposed to check fake notes circulation, fight black money, and promote a cashless economy by pushing digital transactions. How many of these objectives were achieved? The data I quoted earlier might seem like the whole demonetization exercise was futile. Is it really the case? Let's look into it. When Prime Minister Modi announced the demonetization in his televised address to the nation, it came as a shock to many. This decision turned 86% of then circulating cash worthless. People scrambled for new currency notes, making a beeline to the banks and ATM kiosks for weeks. If we have to understand the underlying decision behind demonetization, it was part of the government's larger plans for economic reforms. First was the Jam Trinity: Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. We all know how this brought millions of people into the banking system. Direct benefit transfer has helped in overcoming the issues of corruption and leakages in government welfare schemes. Under the income disclosure scheme, between June to September 2016, 65,250 crore was disclosed by 6,000 people. Then came the big decision of demonetization. The outcome of demonetization could have been any of the three following scenarios. First, cash deposited was less than cash in circulation. The rest can be assumed as black money not deposited. The second scenario is cash deposited was more than cash in circulation. It means there were some concerns with counterfeit currency notes. As for the third scenario, 99% of the cash was deposited into the banks. Of this, 1% may not have been deposited due to various reasons. However, 99% of cash deposits indicate that even black money or unaccounted money was deposited in the banks. So, how does this help when 99% of the cash was deposited and was in the system? Wasn't the motive to stop this currency from being deposited in the first place? Yes and no. The main aim was to curtail the parallel economy running through the system. Now that the banks were flush with cash, the central bank decreased the repo rate and restructuring of the banks already reeling under financial crisis was possible. Whatever unaccounted money was deposited in the bank accounts came under the radar of the income tax department. Because of that, 1.25 lakh crores of black money was recovered and disproportionate assets worth Rs 4,600 crores were attached. Now, how was this possible? The IT department and the ED had sent notices investigating the tax evasion to those who deposited cash and investigated these transactions. They also carried out a risk assessment of the cases and found that majority of the financial crimes were carried out by perpetrating bank frauds and cheating financial institutions through a maze of shell firms. These agencies also probed other financial crimes including corruption, drugs and narcotic trade, arms and explosives, real estate transactions, money laundering, remittances against exports, and others. IT department even probed into gains made in agriculture income by farmers and other SSCs. Under the IT Act, agriculture income is exempt from taxes. During demonetization, it was found that excess non-agriculture income or black money was declared as agricultural income. The department also looked at car bookings and jewelry purchases made during this period. These measures forced the black money hoarders and tax defaulters to deposit the money, even if it was done through other bank accounts. They had to pay the dues and the fines. Now coming to countering terror funding, demonetization has helped curb stone pelting in Jammu and Kashmir. A report by the Financial Action Task Force in 2013 stated that the Indian rupee was the 9th most counterfeited currency in terms of its value. A report by the Financial Action Task Force in 2013 stated that the Indian rupee was the 9th most counterfeited currency in terms of its value and third in terms of number of counterfeit currency notes detected around the world. The demonetized banknotes were the most widely counterfeited among all Indian banknotes. Demonetization in a single night had rendered useless all the counterfeit currency notes and even genuine currency notes used by terrorist infrastructures. It even disrupted their modus operandi and slowed them to a crawl. There's more to this. The CBI recently raided Arvind Mayaram, former finance secretary, for corruption in the supply of security threads for currency notes. He was charged with granting an illegal 3-year extension to an expired contract with a UK-based firm, De La Rue International Limited, in 2012. If we look deeper, the UK firm backed the contract to supply security threads in 2004, after UPA formed the government. In 2010, intelligence agencies found that De La Rue was selling the same material to Pakistan, making it easy for them to print fake notes. The firm was then blacklisted after an inquiry was initiated. However, it was again awarded the contract back in 2012 by Mayaram without securing clearance from the ministry, knowing well that the De La Rue was blacklisted. The CBI inquiry also revealed that Anil Raghbir, signatory of the contract agreement from De La Rue, has received 8.2 crore from the offshore entities apart from the remuneration paid by the firm in 2011. Now, more skeletons from the closet will emerge as the CBI investigates the case. Apart from that, the government had blacklisted a German company, Louis & Thal, from selling banknote papers to the RBI after it discovered that the firm was also selling raw materials to Pakistan. In order to wean off dependency on foreign suppliers, India started taking steps towards indigenization, but still rely on foreign firms for exclusive security features. When it comes to government's objective for the push towards digital economy, it was a huge success. In 2022, UPI processed over 7,400 crore transactions, which were worth 125.94 lakh crore. The volume of transactions through UPI between 2021-2022 jumped by over 90%, and the value jumped by 76%. Compared to November 2016, the inception year of the UPI platform, there were only 0.29 million transactions. In 2017, it went to 100 million. Today, transactions worth 55% of the GDP are taking place on the UPI platform. Digital payment has been adopted by everyone, from parking lots to street vendors selling everything from juices to vegetables. As for cards, RuPay card has taken over 65% of the total debit cards issued, leaving the likes of Visa and MasterCard frustrated in the Indian market. Now, cash is back in circulation, more than it was in 2016. But with the pace of economic rise we are looking at, where India's GDP was 2.29 trillion USD and 7th largest economy to 3.5 trillion USD as the 5th largest economy in 2022. Both cash and digital transactions have risen, while digital payments reaching new heights each month. Across the world, countries are struggling to counter the attempts made to push counterfeit currency into their system. It is a perennial problem where with time, vested interests devise ways to circumvent the countermeasures taken by these countries. To wrap it up, the country has seen unprecedented growth in digital transactions. It added $1 trillion to our economy in less than 5 years. Terror incidences in the country have diminished. Central agencies are still going after black money based on the intelligence and data gathered from the demonetization results. Going by these results, demonetization has achieved much, but it is still a work in progress. Let us know in the comments, what do you think?
Please subscribe to Nationalist Hub English channel for more interesting videos, and don't forget to like and share this video. Nationalist Hub, it's a news revolution.